Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, as I told you last week, I'm going to review all of the Privada Watch Series. And this is the next in the lineup, the Rose Gold. Let's see if I can show it to you. There it is. Let's look at it like that. There's the little Rose Gold watch, and there's your density. Now, it's hard to find a lot of information on these cigars, but basically this is the second installment, and it is made by AJ Fernandez, and he's using for the first time ever a Nicaraguan hybrid wrapper. Nicaraguan binder and Nicaraguan filler. The size of the cigar is 6x50. So that's sort of the short of it. Like we said before, there's not a lot else to say. Second in the series. We did the red and blue last weekend. This weekend will be the Rose Gold. I guess I've had so many 54s and 58, 60s lately that these 50s just don't look like 50s to me anymore. They look thinner. But they say it's 50, so I'll accept that. The draw is good. Yep. There's a citrusy cedar, light citrus peel, but it's not as much of a amount as the following leather. And it's a very old, worn type leather, and it's very high in an amount percentage. There's a little bridging nutmeg to get to that leather, but it's very prominent. And it is, like I said, it's a worn leather. Black pepper at about 7. It's not overly peppery at this point. I mean, basically it's around average. So that's how you start. A lot of leather. Decent amount of sweetness. Curious to see which way it's going to develop. Which one's going to dominate in the first third? Well, there really wasn't a winner in who's going to jump ahead, but the citrus cedar notes slightly rose, and the leather slightly decreased, putting the cigar more in a balanced format. You got citrus, cedar, brown sugar, nutmeg, and leather. Medium to full body. Finishes very little hints of the citrus, cedar, and leather, with very good lingering black pepper. This is more in line of like a cigar that I like, as far as almost like an everyday cigar. I mean, this is something I could have regularly. I'd rate the first third 93. I like it. Oh, did I say how strong it was? Oh, I did. Medium to full. Yes. Anyway, good cigar. Going in the right direction if it stays like this. Into the second third, and we had some movement here. Leather, rose. It is a very worn, old type tasting leather. The citrus cedar suffered. I would say the cigar is full bodied. Finish is very heavy on leather. It's basically unchanged. Leather and just hints of the citrus, cedar. Very good lingering black pepper. The cigar is just really leathery here. Really leathery. Almost to the point where it's almost like this. Seems like there's black coffee in there, but I don't think there is. It's just so much old, worn leather. Black pepper is still very good. It's at least 7, probably 7.5. But this section made the previous comments about I could smoke it every day at that point to not something I'd want every day. I'd rate this section 90. So I hope it bounces back, because up until this section, the first third was pretty good. So the final third is going to give it its final reading. So let's see what we have. Down to the end, so let's wrap it up. It did burn nice and evenly. Well, we had a small resurgence, comeback, if you will, of the citrus cedar, brown sugar. Not to the level it was in the first third, but it did improve. Full bodied, finish unchanged. This is a pretty good cigar. It is fairly heavy on the leather, but you have some sweet notes there to counterbalance it. For the most part, second, third, you will notice an increase in leather, but other than that, the first and final thirds are not that bad. The final third I'd rate 91, because it did bounce back a little bit, enough to make a change. So your overall score is actually 91.33, so it's not too bad. It is the best of the two so far. We've got 2 more to go, and I'll get to them over the next few weekends. But this, and you can still find all of these. I mean, if you look on the internet, you can find them. So that'll do it. The Privada Watch Series Rose Gold, 91.33.